So jazzy.
So jazzy.
Did you ever think in your life, Wills, that you would have your own video open, something that really puts you on a stage, so to speak?
100% I did. Okay. 100% I thought that. Now, I didn't quite realize how jazzy and fun that music is. I feel like walking into like a 1978 tavern with a cocktail swilling.
Like in London.
Yeah.
Or New York.
Absolutely.
Choose your venue. The guy, too, as you're looking at me on my left, we're going to do a lot of conversation about this guy. I think he's a hero. I really do.
He is. I mean, however that thing got dropped, however it got leaked, whatever the intent was, if it was bad on Bo Davis, complete backfire. The guy is a complete hero. I mean, there is not one person I've talked to who isn't like 100%. That is the greatest thing. Plus, not to get too far over the skis, but it feels like it could be a momentum thing for the team, for the culture, for the whole program. Recruits are positive about it. It's a great deal. Fans are pumped.
You almost pulled a Mac Brown by saying, "I wish you would have said neat instead of a good deal." It's a neat deal.
Neat deal. Credit to Bo Davis. Yeah.
Hey, before we move on to the Bo Davis discussion, I got to give a shout out to the sponsor or partner of Idle Conversations with Wills, that being Farmhouse Delivery here in Austin. Go to their website, Farmhouse Delivery, and once you fill your cart full of organic produce and organic meat orders, or even trays or food combinations, because Thanksgiving's coming up, it's perfect time to order. Use the promo code MANCAVE for 20% off of your first order.
We're doing it next week. We're going to get a Farmhouse Delivery.
Yes, I got mine.
Yeah.
I wish I would have brought my produce. It's been phenomenal. I've had all of my dinners this week have been farmhouse produce.
Right.
It's been unbelievable. I mean, you taste Texas soil.
Yeah, that's right.
You really do.
Neat deal.
Mac Brown. Hey, Wills, I've got to show you something. So a guy that you know, he's part of the parent podcast, that being the overall stories inside the man cave. We just had our 100th episode, and this is one guy that gave a shout out that you're quite fond of as well.
Good.
Yo, it's your boy Coach Mo here from Stories Inside the Man Cave. We celebrating the 100, baby. That's how we do it. One of the OGs to it. We here. We ain't going nowhere. Man Cave. Stay tuned. We got more big shit coming.
You said a naughty word.
I'm offended.
He is fantastic. So good. You know, the best thing I love seeing now, first of all, you see if you follow Coach Mo on Instagram, you see all these kids, and people and these adult has-been athletes working out with him. But the other day, I didn't realize this, Anderson's golf team was 5th in state.
Unbelievable.
And one of the golfers just signed with Texas, which I didn't realize it. And so there's a post, Coach Mo, the kid's signing. He's got on a Texas stuff. And there's our favorite ag doing gig. We know he's doing gig 'em, but it just looks like he's doing thumbs up. But he trains him.
Indirect support for his first alma mater.
That's exactly right.
Then he had to go to freaking Hunts Vegas.
He doesn't tout that as well. He loves talking about what an Aggie he was.
Oh, man. But Sam Houston is the defending springtime national champion of FCS. So, tell you what, man, without further ado, whenever I have the opportunity to say that, I like just nudging it in there. It's one of my most annoying sayings, without further ado.
I love it. I've got plenty of verbal tick is what it's called.
Yeah, it is. It's almost like you say it because you don't know what else to say.
That's exactly right.
And for everyone who is watching on our community now, all the platforms across the great state of Texas, that's a Mac Brown.
You bet.
Texas.
Let's go heavy on Mac Brown today.
I love it. I really do. So we now know it is Coach Bo Davis. He coached at Texas before, coached in the SEC. This was after, and you've probably seen it multiple times, on the bus ride.
Yep.
From Jack Trice Stadium in Ames, Iowa.
Yep.
After Texas was hammered, abused, and embarrassed in that second half. Apparently there was some joking on the bus, and this is at the tail after the 4-game losing streak really just set in, and I think Bo Davis, you be the judge, everybody. And Wills, I can't wait for you to expand on this because I love every second of this. Here we go.
Real! Some of you motherfuckers need to get in the transfer portal. You want to go? Get in the motherfucker! This shit ain't a game to me. And if you think it's a game, get the fuck off of this bus. I got my ass kicked. And you motherfuckers want to laugh? This shit's fucking real. You think it's a goddamn joke? And some of you motherfuckers do transfer out of this motherfucker. Cause I'm tired of this shit. This shit's goddamn real. And we want to laugh and joke? Fuck that.
All right. I think unedited is the way to go.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I may start playing that every morning before I get out of bed to just pump me.
Let's go.
It's so good. He kind of sounds like a preacher. He kind of sounds like a motivator coach. He kind of sounds like a what was the show where kids tough talk or whatever, where the prisoners yelled at him.
Yeah.
It's so good. And what's hilarious to me is not only are all the Texas fans coaching, but as I watched it that last time, I'm thinking every college coach in America, even high school coach, is going, amen, brother. Amen. Like strip it down, and we understand that college football coaches make a ton of money. But a high school coach who's watching that is like, I feel you. Because it's my job. My job is to get you guys to a certain level to win games, develop, and you have a bunch of kids or not taking it seriously or serious enough. It's an effect. The other thing I loved about it, and I think everybody loved it, is he said, I got my ass kicked today. He didn't put it on them. He's telling them, I didn't do my job effectively, but we know they didn't play, but coaches, players play. But he said, I got my ass kicked. He didn't put it on them. He didn't. All it was is you're joking around on it. But again, it fired the Texas fan base up. Sure.
It did. And I was right there with them. But for people like you and I just played at the high school level and played in summer league baseball, whatnot. But high school football wise was only in high school for me, or football period. That's just an everyday occurrence.
Yeah, sure.
Coaches, and we're not immune to it, but we expect that.
Yes.
Especially for a coach who wants to win and someone's not taking it seriously, that's no surprise. And if anybody's offended by that, then you never played any level of sports at a higher level like high school or college or anything.
Right.
I think it shows that, listen, we're pouring ourselves into you. And I know the most overused term is changing the culture. That's what they're doing. They're pouring themselves. And I know they make tons of money, but that's what they're paid to do to get return on investment.
Yeah, and I'll tell you another thing. If you don't think that's a daily, weekly, monthly deal, probably going on pretty universally, but at Alabama, okay, Bo Davis strolled back to Texas after being a part of last year's dominant national title team. They know how to get a team or frankly, what it takes for a team to get there. Okay. And so when you see something like that on the heels of, like, his response is, who do you think you are? I mean, he didn't say it, but he's saying it. Who do you think you are? I mean, you're a 4-5 team. Because you have Texas on your chest, you're not playing like it, and you're certainly not playing like Alabama.
Not
where
even
we
close.
were. We've got the cachet. You're a high school hero in here giggling about whatever. So I loved it.
And I think before all that, Josh Moore.
Yeah.
Before that was released, Josh Moore enters the transfer portal. I hope he finds a new home,
Sure.
a new home, and he will. Um, but you need to find there's a home for everybody of that talent level. But they need to find, and I think you'll see others enter the transfer portal, and there's nothing wrong with that
Yeah.
at all,
No.
because Texas is going to go to the transfer portal. Sorry, Bo, I didn't mean to cover up your face.
Right.
It's going to work. They're going to find the pieces.
That's right.
What I can't stand right now, and everyone's entitled to their opinion, is criticizing the staff, already second guessing them.
Yeah.
This is going to take a lot of work.
Well, I'll tell you another thing. What's good about this coming out is it's obvious and evident, and even Josh Moore transferring, it's evident that there was something wrong with the current makeup, culture-wise, overused, right. I agree. But there's something that there needs to be a turnover. This is kind of a line in the sand to where, hey, if you thought that was offensive or whatever, there are plenty of places to go. But and recruits like this. So we're going to try to recruit a kid that's going to want to be coached hard, that wants to win and do what it takes to win. So it's going to, I think this will be overall a huge positive for the program, which 100%. It tells you what kind of atmosphere we live in when this could be a moment that kind of helps Texas take off.
I like it. And media availabilities this week, we talk about, we use the term dogs.
Yeah.
And when we refer to that, for anyone listening to this that's not really sure what that means, it means players who are policing their team and not afraid to get into their face and hold their teammates accountable. Because when that happens, when you have a greater number of those types, as you know, we need players to step up like Bo Davis did in that video. One of which of the Longhorns, Roschon Johnson, who I've heard by numerous people, is one of those, quote, dogs.
Yeah.
This is what he said, and Roschon's a smart guy.
Yeah.
About teammates who may not have bought into the culture just yet. This is what he had to say.
It's not really a matter of worrying about guys not buying in. It's just instilling the culture of what buying in is. So when you see certain stuff pointed out and making sure that the team is going about things the right way. So at the end of the day, if people aren't with that, then that's on them. But they shouldn't be the ones out there playing. But at the end of it, if they, buy in and adjust to the culture, then we'll be just good.
So, Wills, how do you interpret that?
Get on board or get out. I mean, he's awesome, by the way. I mean, again, you saw him on Saturday, which you're right. He is not only a smart guy, a good player, but he's cool-headed. But when they went after whoever it was in that game, and no lineman they late hit either CT or Card.
Yeah.
He got after it. And in a way that should have fired up the rest of his teammates. But he's going to be a legend here. And I think what I wish kids realized is it's hard when I'm 18 and 19 and 20 years old, but stuff they do just in a moment of a game or in a press conference, people around the state, or since so many people watch this program, people see that and see character and see different things that's going to help them all the way through life. I mean, not to be too dramatic about it.
No, I like it.
But I
understand
everybody, we're sitting around talking about how much we like Roschon Johnson and all the stuff he's doing. And he's showing character at 19, 20 years old that people are like, you know what? I want that guy in my organization in 15 years. I'd love to have him work. It just, that kind of stuff, I don't think they realize it at the time, but it has been. And then on the flip side of the
briefly lost
Oh,
Wills,
yeah.
the pride of Northwest Hills has returned.
Yeah. Well, the flip side of that is the negative stuff that happens, or you have that same. I mean, when you come to Texas and you sign up to play at Texas, it's a big stage and people notice, good, bad, or whatever. But did you see Xavier Worthy also on Twitter put just a picture of Bo Davis?
I saw that.
I love it.
It's all
They're
these
picking
guys,
sides.
they're loving it, and I would assume that they know who the guy was who recorded it, and they're going to probably give him an opportunity to elaborate on why he recorded that video.
Sure.
And I would assume, if I was a betting man in this situation, and I'd hate to throw a kid under the bus, I'm not going to, but or a young man, they're young men. I would assume there's a greater chance that he's probably not going to be with Texas next season.
Sure.
The one part that really bothers me statistically, I'm a big fan of statistics and numbers. Including this 2010 season, and when I say residual systemic issues, here's one of them. A result of the residual systemic issues in this program, including 2010 and including this season. This is the 7th season, including since 2010, in which the Longhorns needed 1 or 2 wins in the final 3 games to become bowl eligible, reaching a 6th win minimum.
It's tough.
That's bothersome.
It's real bothersome, especially because you're going to have 1 or 2 layups a year early in the season. That's real bothersome. But again, you're trying to turn a ship around, and you feel like you're treading water, which for the last 10 years you have. Obviously, we need them to go ahead and get bowl eligible. I do think everybody looks at the team, and rightly so. You've got one of the best running backs in the country. You have the best freshman receiver in the country. Building from there with culture, with everything, is the only way it's going to get turned around. And look at Michigan State.
Yeah.
50 portal kids, okay? And it may take something drastic with regard to, and I don't know that Texas needs 50, but you may need 10 to 15. Or the other thing is, because of this Bo Davis thing, you never know. You may have a kid who looks at it and goes, you know what? This may, changes course. And
I agree. I think it will. But here's the other thing. We've got Texas, the fandom, the alumni, the boosters need to get past this. You have 2 or 3 years to turn this around.
That's right.
Sark, I firmly believe that this is the staff. These guys have been around. If you've been around a successful program that long as they have, they need at least 3 years to get this where it belongs and have the return on investment for that.
That's right. 100%.
You can't keep having this turnover.
Yeah, and you've seen what he can do with a freshman receiver. You've seen, it for sure. And I think there's people like in every fan base complaining and whining, and rightly so. And I think Sark and the staff would be like, we should never be in the midst of a 4-game losing streak. But the flip side of that is you see what they almost did, maybe with smoke and mirrors, at the beginning of Oklahoma State, at the beginning of OU, and that there's steps in there that, okay, when this thing turns around, it's going to be pretty dominant. The key is, obviously, if they keep their recruiting class where it is, number 6 in the country, number 5 in the country, that's huge, because it's the guys recruited by Sarkisian for, not only talent-wise, but probably character, buy-in, all that. That's huge.
It requires a lot of moving parts and elements which are consistent. And it's like any major business corporation, you need all that, and you need time to get your people in. And change the philosophy. I want to take a drastic turn.
Sure.
You love humor. You love delivering humor.
Sure.
This is a friend of mine while his wife is not home. The kids are out in the back. This is in the Houston metropolitan area.
Very good.
He's laying in a hammock. Two kids are playing the yard. They have fostered a wild squirrel.
It's aggressive move.
It's aggressive move. And this is just a story or video of a squirrel just trying to get a nut.
Very good.
Here we go. And I won't reveal names, but I've known this guy for quite some time.
Good.
Some nuts in there. Get your picture on. Get your picture on. Get your picture on. Get your picture on. Yeah. God damn, dude. What's up? What's up? Some nuts in.
Whoops. I almost tried to play it twice.
Yeah. I think you could probably, you're in trouble not only with social services with that video. It's probably could be on the PETA. Don't let PETA see that video. There's some sort of call the Texas state attorney general for some, I believe you can't do that with animals anymore, on all sorts of levels. Squirrels on nuts. You can go ahead and chalk up that I will not be fostering any squirrels. Okay. They move way too quick.
They are fat, and they have two working teeth, but those two working teeth have historically created a lot of damage. I have not fallen victim to those.
I have not.
The two working teeth of a squirrel, but looks are deceptive.
Well, and as you may be aware, the testicle is very soft tissue. It doesn't not. I mean, there's not a lot of barrier there. They're not well protected. Yeah. Very sensitive region down there. Okay.
That made me very uncomfortable when I'll just drop his first name, Scott.
Yeah.
The squirrel just comes out of a tree and visits him every day. And when I saw that, I felt very uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable. It was awkward. And I don't know why he was splayed out there so comfortable. I got to have more of an athletic stance if I'm going to be tending to the squirrel. This was a little aggressive. Okay. A little suggestive for the squirrel. What did you want the squirrel to do?
Yeah.
Why did you give the squirrel the sexy pose?
It was risque.
Yeah, very risque.
It was borderline soft core.
Yeah, absolutely. I almost said could have gone on Pornhub, but I.
Well, you just did. Well, you just did, and that was fabulous.
That's right.
Before we call it a day, I would love, and the people want, from the Northwest Hills legend,
sure,
in Austin, Texas, Will's dropping nuggets of knowledge.
Okay.
Where I get this from, that title is your weekly podcast that you do with your esteemed friends who I believe are brothers, correct?
They are, correct.
It's on Instagram. Again, repetition is everything. Where can people watch your podcast with your known friends to the college football world?
Yes.
And they are, how can I say this? They are physicians, correct?
Yes.
So dropping nuggets of knowledge of what you three great men do weekly.
Yeah.
I would love for you to talk about your podcast, but also drop some nuggets of knowledge from yourself right now.
Would love to. That is Instagram Live, usually on Monday nights at 9:30. Dr. Field Scoville, world-renowned orthopedic surgeon out of Dallas, the Carroll Clinic. Although he was educated at Texas Tech Med School, which is touch and go. But I'm going to drop my first nugget of knowledge with a great little tale from Mac Brown. We started with it, and it made my mind think about how great he was in post-game interviews and everything he said. One time we played Nebraska, and as you recall, we ripped their hearts. I mean, we'd either blow them out or there'd be a heartbreaker and we'd win. and we went up to the game, and this is 2007. We went up and played them. No, it was 2006. We played them in Lincoln. Colt McCoy's quarterback, freshman. All they had to do is get a first down. The game's over, and they threw it. The kid caught it. First down. Aaron Ross clipped him. Fumble. Griffin recovers. We go down and score. Okay. And this is about the 9th time we've beaten. It's just painful for a Nebraska fan. And so I got the clip of his post-game Mac Brown's thing, and he opens it with, "Credit to Nebraska. Bill's doing a great job there." And I thought to myself, if I'm a Nebraska fan and I hate Texas more than anything, the last thing I need Mac Brown to tell me is credit to my football team and Bill Callahan's doing a great job at my school. Okay? That's the last thing I need to hear. Right? So my point in saying this is I'm not saying Texas made the death nail on Nebraska, but look up their record over the past 5 years. We're talking about bowl eligibility.
Yeah.
They ain't gotten there. They've had a losing record for 4 years in a row, soon to be 5.
God.
Negative knowledge. I'll leave you with this. Credit to Nebraska.
You think they have a voodoo doll?
Oh, my gosh.
A Texas voodoo doll?
Yeah.
Puncturing the Longhorns?
You bet. Although Max on theirs, he's mutilating it. Okay? They're DOA. It's over. It's over.
Hey, they extended, I think, Scott Frost's contract.
Yeah, they extended with a pay reduction. Kind of what they did with Michigan did with Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Harbaugh's certainly doing better.
Yeah, he's doing much better off this year. There's a little motivation when you have something removed from you that's
right.
We're going to reduce your benefits.
That's right.
Your wealth. Ha! And Wills just dropped the mic by dropping nuggets of knowledge. And we'll make this a regular occurrence on these installments.
Love it.
So we went from Mac Brown, Bo Davis's immaculate or incredible rant that is a normal thing in coaching young men in football. And we saw a squirrel trying to get a nut.
Very, very risque. Very questionable.
This is what these installments are about.
Exactly.
And if you see right here, I want to be an instructor. I love pointing to things.
Yes.
See these? My Vanna White.
Yes.
There's where you can all find us on social media, Facebook, Twitter at Stories Man Cave, and of course on YouTube and Vimeo and our Instagram page. Follow us. Follow Wills. What is your handle?
At Will Smith. May have to drop a request.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll open that up, see what happens.
See how many requests. Hey, by the way, before we exit the room, so to speak, why Wills? Question. Where did that come from?
Do you have another 30 minutes? I mean, do we save it for another episode?
Let's save it for the next installment and find out why you're not just Patrick.
Yeah, you got to let them wanting a little more. This is like who shot JR right now?
Yeah, I'm still I'm not determined. I'm not convinced it's who we were told it was.
We can explore that as well.
Absolutely. Dallas,
the
sitcom, Larry Hagman, JR, Bobby Ewing. And what was the father's name? I forgot. Jock Ewing, the oil moguls.
You bet.
In the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Beautiful show, amazing early 80s television.
Unbelievable.
Nothing like it ever again.
No.
Hey, for the OG Man Cave boys who helped create this all, Big Mike, Coach Mo, and Harbaugh Harge, and the pride of Highland Park High School and the Northwest Hills legend, that being Wills, we out.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up.